Have you ever looked into your cat's eyes, waiting for that little spark of love and gotten nothing back? It seems like your cat just doesn't care. But here's the thing, that's usually not what's actually happening. Most cat owners assume affection is either there or it isn't, a fixed trait like a switch. What they miss is that a cat's love is a response to how safe they feel, and safety can be lost and won it back. So today, we're walking through 5 signs your cat might not be feeling as close to you as you'd hoped. And stick around, because the very last one flips everything you think you know about why cats pull away and exactly how to bring them back. Let's get into it. Sign 1. Avoiding eye contact. Most people think a cat that won't hold your gaze is just being aloof. That's simply what cats are like. But here's the reframe. In the feline world, eye contact is a language. When your cat looks into your eyes and slowly closes them, they're not spacing out. They're sending you something close to a kiss. Animal behavior researchers describe the slow blink as one of the clearest voluntary affection signals a cat can offer, almost like a small, deliberate gift. So if your cat consistently looks away or leaves the room the moment you try to connect, that's not just personality. That's a cat who doesn't feel safe enough yet to hand you that gift. It stings to hear, but it also means something important. This isn't permanent. Trust can be rebuilt one slow blink at a time. And speaking of signals your cat sends without meaning to say them out loud, there's one happening at the other end of their body that most people read completely backwards. Sign 2. Tail flicking. Most people assume a moving tail means the same thing it does for a dog: happy, excited, good mood. But here's the truth. A flicking tail is closer to a person tapping their foot in irritation than a wag. In the wild, cats use quick tail flicks to warn off predators and rivals. It's a signal that says back off, not come closer. Researchers who study feline body language note that this same warning signal carries directly into domestic life. So if your cat's tail is flicking while you're petting them, that's not affection building. That's a request for space, and ignoring it can quietly chip away at trust over time. Here's the good news. Slow, gentle tail sways are the opposite signal. That's relaxation. Once you learn to tell the two apart, you stop accidentally pushing your cat away in the exact moments you meant to grow closer. If you're the kind of person who wants to actually understand what your cat is telling you, hit like and subscribe. It's how this channel keeps reaching people who want a real relationship with their cat, not just a roommate. Sign 3. Excessive scratching. Most people think scratching is just a cat being destructive, ruining the couch for no reason. But scratching is actually about scent. Cats have glands in their paws, and marking territory is only half the story. When scratching suddenly increases, spreads to new furniture, or turns frantic, it stops being routine and starts being a symptom. Behaviorists who study feline stress point to sudden environmental changes, a new pet, a move, rearranged furniture, as common triggers for this kind of anxious scratching spike. If your cat is tearing through scratching posts they used to ignore, that's not spite. That's your cat pacing the floor the only way they know how. The fix isn't punishment, it's figuring out what shifted in their world, because once the stress lifts, the scratching usually does too. Sign 4. Litter box issues. It's easy to assume a cat avoiding the litter box is just being difficult, or even doing it out of spite. But here's the reframe. Litter box behavior is one of the most reliable emotional barometers a cat has. A study published in a feline medicine journal found a clear correlation between litter box problems and underlying feline stress, with inappropriate urination showing up far more often in anxious cats. So when your cat starts avoiding the box, that's rarely rebellion. That's a cat telling you, in the only language available to them, that something in their environment doesn't feel right. It's not personal. It's a distress signal wearing the disguise of bad behavior. Sign 5. Excessive grooming.
Grooming looks like self-care, so most people never think twice about it. Cats groom, that's just what they do. But when grooming crosses into bald patches, raw skin, or non-stop licking, it usually isn't about cleanliness anymore. It's self-soothing, the same instinct that makes a person bite their nails under stress. Veterinary behaviorists recommend ruling out fleas, allergies, or skin infections first, and if none of those are the cause, stress becomes the most likely explanation. Picture your cat, alone, quietly grooming away a feeling they have no other way to express. That image should soften your frustration you feel, because they're not misbehaving, they're coping, silently, the only way they know how. Sign 6. Hiding frequently. Most people assume a cat that disappears for hours is just naturally independent, maybe even a little standoffish. But hiding runs deeper than personality. In the wild, showing vulnerability, illness, pain, fear, makes an animal a target. So cats evolved to hide their weakness completely, and that instinct never left, even in a safe living room. This means when a normally social cat starts vanishing for long stretches, especially alongside changes in appetite or grooming, it's often their oldest survival instinct kicking in, not a decision about you. It's a strange kind of love, actually. Even while struggling, your cat is still protecting themselves, the only way evolution taught them to. And now, the one I promised at the very beginning. Most people think an unresponsive cat, one who pulls away from pets, ignores cuddles, walks off mid-affection, simply doesn't love them back. But here's the full reframe, and it changes everything. Cats aren't withholding love, they're responding to their environment, and you are part of that environment. If a cat feels unsettled by stress, by change, by discomfort, that unease colors every interaction, including the ones with you. It was never a referendum on how they feel about you. It was a reflection of how safe their whole world feels right now. Which means the moment you soften that environment, reduce the stress, restore the routine, give them space instead of forcing affection, you're not earning love from scratch. You're simply clearing the way for a love that was quietly there all along. None of these 5 signs mean your cat doesn't care about you. They mean your cat is speaking a language built on safety, not spite, and now you can finally hear what they've been trying to say. Give them space when they ask for it. Notice the small signals. Let them come to you. Because somewhere underneath the flicking tail and the hiding and the quiet distance, there's a cat waiting for the exact same thing you are. A little more trust, a little more calm, a little more home. And that, more than anything else, is worth the patience it takes to get there.